Hello boys and girlies, the Doctor Who marketing team recently released an ERG called Find the Doctor. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for their hard work in decoding it, but I solved it single-handedly. I did. Consider the Doctor found. Because he's right there. Find the Doctor didn't really add anything, apart from this nice painting and this single JPEG. Find the Doctor? More like find the marketing campaign. More like, find the two shits to give. So I've been on a different treasure hunt of my own, with the Canon Crucial Children's Search and Find book, Where's the Doctor? It's a Where's Wally affair, and look, I love manhunting for that little red and white dude. I also love Doctor Who, so when I find Doctor Who, I point and I say, oh look, there's Doctor Who. Endless fun. Some of these illustrations tell such stories. For instance, here's the Ood Sphere, where you get to see Ood in their natural habitat, having snowball fights and sledding. Here we have the most adorable depiction of cyber conversion factories ever, where the Doctor seems to be smiling, enjoying the factory, and there's also word of a cyber disco. Yep, nothing wrong here, there's a dog on the cyber conversion line, and an ice cream store. Something makes me think this isn't canonically consistent. I'm just glad everyone's having a fun time. I turn this page and oh, suddenly I'm in Slovene heaven. I guess the spread depicting a family get-together, where I see a pirate Slovene. Yes! In Time of Angels, the Doctor's gone runabout, leaving Amy surrounded by statues. It turns out they were really outnumbered. And behind the scenes in that story, not only did a weeping angel steal the Doctor's jacket, but Rory was there. Hey buds, what are you doing in the Byzantium? And then of course there's the silence, and what can I say but mood. This set piece depicts a Viking battle with Daleks, Catnuns, Scarecrows, a Slovene, Amy Pond, Peg Dolls, the Minotaur, and Sea Devils all present for one big battle. I don't know what sequence of events caused this to happen, but I want to see this story. I also bought both of these by accident whilst looking for today's actual facts, so now I just own both of these like a dickhead. Now, the real fact I was looking for is the 2019 annual story, Where's the Doctor? Queen Elizabeth II is a lizard lady. Yes, not for the first time in this web series I am showing disrespect to the crown, but that's fine, so does Doctor Who every other episode. Today, all of our facts are going to be about queens, empresses, girl bosses, you may say. Oh my god, did I just call Queen Elizabeth II a girl boss? 2nd of June, 1953, London. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. A feared interplanetary assassin has come to kill the 13th Doctor, but she's going to have her work cut out for her, as there are currently 13 different Doctors in attendance. Doctors 1 through 13 all present with all of their friends, combating alien plans and stopping invasions, all happening around the same day. 13 different villain plans. The first Doctor and Susan are running away from an alien tripod. We must protect Her Majesty! The second Doctor and Jamie are streaking, on the hunt for the Devil Beastie. Joe Grant is trying to give the Queen a present mid-parade. Thor and Sarah have taken this fine dashing gentleman into the crowd. Hang on, the whole crowd are aliens. Huh? Mid-coronation, the Queen is attacked by a giant snake. Six is there with Perry. The 7th Doctor is playing chess against a ghost. The 8th Doctor is doing this, with nobody noticing. The 9th Doctor and Rose are about to stop what I guess is an Auton invasion. And he's also taken Donna, Amy and Bill to see the ceremony. So let's call that 14 different attempts on Queen Elizabeth's life. Eventually our assassin gets so sick of tidying up all these interstellar threats that she just dives into the Queen's car. Right then, Liz, I'm after the Doctor. Where is she? Queen Elizabeth II is a lizard monster. An alien werewolf lizard tax dodger. It's insanity. You would think this would be an alien duplicate or an imposter posing as the Queen of England, but the story curiously ends like this. Bit of respect, Ryan. This isn't just any giant lizard. She's the Queen. Or as I've always called her, Liz. That just raises further questions. But no, there's no ambiguity here at all. On the TARDIS wiki page, Queen Liz, the actual monarch of my actual country, is listed as human lizard. Da 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 da. You gotta wonder what it's like for the royal family watching these. You have to remember, the Queen is a massive Whovian. I've seen her on Gallifrey base. So to see her and her ancestors depicted often as villains must be very strange. Now that we know that she was a lizard the entire time, you can start asking the real important questions as to how did the Sycorax control her on Christmas Day?
They're on the roof.
Why is she on good terms with the Doctor, considering her family history?
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Happy Christmas.
And why a fictional Doctor, well, more fictional than usual, attempted multiple times to kill her. They're close friends, which leads me to assume that Liz, the lizard, that is, has to be a benevolent ruler. Imagine having an unelected standing royalty from a foreign power that nobody questions. Mental. According to Birthright, the Seventh Doctor said that the royal succession came to an end in the early 21st century. And I'd say the jury's still out on that one. But in 1997, during the dying days, she was recoronated, because the Ice Warriors took over and, I guess, demoted her. But Revenge of the Jadoon says she'll be succeeded by King Charles III and Queen Camilla, who, naturally, are also werewolf-lizard hybrids. I fucking hate this series.
I am the Lizard Queen.
Tooth and Claw catches some flack every now and then, but remember, it's the only Doctor Who story that takes the piss out of Thatcher and the royal family's love of inbreeding in the same 45 minutes. Can we not tell the far right gang about this one, guys? They'll have a field day. Fact number 2. Let's roll back the clock and talk about her predecessor, a queen much more involved in the Doctor Who series. Torchwood mission operative Queen Victoria. Yeah, not only was she the bloodthirsty ruler of the free world, Empress of India, but also a more active Torchwood member than most of them.
Do you think this funny?
No, I'm sorry.
To date, Big Finish have released a trilogy of Queen Victoria solo stories. So all period pieces, back when Torchwood was first established, where she is the main character battling aliens. These are the same people who brought us Winston Churchill the series, so that's strike 2, Briggs. Coming next from Big Finish, the heroic adventures of Chris Columbus. We love stories. To their credit, though, Queen Victoria is written as a pseudo-villain, incredibly unlikable. A character that makes Yvonne Hartman look modest. In The Crown, the Queen is cursed by a homeless lady, and basically experiences the events of The Curse of Clyde Langer, where nobody recognises her, and old Queen Vic has to live rough on the street for a couple months. Meaning, she has to spend Christmas alone. Moral stories about class? At Christmas? In Fortitude, Queen Victoria tricks one of her oldest prisoners into giving her the Koh-i-Noor, the crystal that would defeat the werewolf, and then imprisons him on an island to fend off some space-time genie. I promise that sounds more interesting than it is. And then there's Save Our Souls, the most interesting of the bunch, in which a disembodied alien voice wants to advise Queen Victoria. She saves the day and defeats the alien threat by saying no. Because, and this is a quote, she listens to no one. But it's in Save Our Souls, with hints in the other ones, that Torchwood frequently planned to assassinate the Queen, her own institute turning against her. Even back when it was formed, it was corrupt as hell. Their plan was to depose the Queen and then make a pact with this alien entity who could emulate the voice of Queen Vic, meaning that Torchwood could run the world. Which is a good plan until somebody questions how this 300-year-old woman is still ruling the British Empire. Do I recommend these stories? Yeah, maybe. For my money though, go read the Torchwood story where they kidnap H.G. Wells in a spiritual successor to Time Lash, of all stories. Yeah, no, that one's great. Fact number 3. Ice Warrior is a reclaimed SLUR. In fact, actually, I'd like to apologise for my ignorance. I'm going to censor myself every time I talk about those Martian boys. It's their word, it's not mine, and honestly, the Doctor doesn't have any right going around calling them...
It's an ice warrior.
Oh yes, hello there, young 1960s youth. You're telling me that you've just watched the Ice Warriors on television? And that at no point they called themselves Ice Warriors? By Jove, that's crazy!
He looks pre-Viking. But no such civilization existed in prehistoric times before the first ice age. Proper ice warrior, isn't he, sir?
Yeah, in this first adventure, Ice is just a name one of the scared humans gives them. And because they never identify themselves, that's what the Doctor calls them. Future stories definitely forget this. By the time of the Federation, many considered the term as a xenophobic throwback to a violent heritage. What's weirder still is that the Ice Warriors, the original TV story, is set really far into their future. This book will tell you it's just a friendly nickname, whilst this book will tell you that they called themselves that because as a species, they forgot what they were called. Hey, that actually makes much less sense. Their original title was SAURIAN Evolutionaries. The Ice Warriors, by one account, were created by the Gandorans as a slave warrior race. And sometimes they just go by Martians.
Rise, my ice warriors! Rise!
But even then, that origin gets tricky because at some point they're visited by the Asirans, posing as gods, who formed their name and religion and culture. Sorry Dan Abnett, there is not a cannon plaster big enough to cover this hole. The book Transit also has another slur for them, the derogatory name of Greenies. And yeah, I do feel a bit dirty saying that one. In Empress of Mars, Queen Araxa claims to have been in hibernation for nearly 5,000 years, and this story happens in the 19th century. Think about it, the Ice Warriors are evolving concurrently with humanity. There's no time travel involved. This contradicts so many stories that have tried to make sense of the Ice Warriors. The new series will tell you that they were at their civilization peak around the time of Jesus Christ. But the audios differ massively, saying that they fell sometime before the 21st century, or millions of years BC. All this confusion, just because one Ice Warrior happened to be a good guy back in the 70s. Ugh. You're telling me that these characters only exist to service for stories that they're a part of? I can't deal with that! I have to hyper-literally treat my stories as if they're real, otherwise how do I know if I'm real? Oh, and just to put the last canonical cherry on top, Jim Mortimer's Blood Heat directly suggests that the Ice Warriors and the Draconians were descendants from Silurians who managed to get into space. So I give up! There's the show, everybody! Thank you for humouring me, and special thank you to everybody who's ever contributed any amount to my Ko-fi page. It's just a tip. This month namely, it's Andy Luke, Tamara McAdam, and Vitas Varnas. Of reference I only now just get, and it's going to be very fitting for next week. Happy Halloween!